the the Marksman with starring Liam Neeson is a great example of how action destroys and crushes and overcomes sadness and depression, which is a real life phenomena, and it's well demonstrated in this movie. It's a good movie. It's not quite the high octane thriller type of movie, but it is a good action movie, uh, action slash drama. It's a Liam Neeson plays a depressed rancher down on the border who's having come on hard times. His wife has died. He's in grief over that, and then he his ranch is right on the border, and he picks up he rescues a couple of illegal aliens who have just crossed the border, a woman and her little boy, who are being pursued relentlessly by the cartel, who want nothing more than just to kill them both. And, uh, and he, Liam Neeson plays the character Hanson, and Hanson gets in a fight, a shootout. He's the marksman, right? He gets in this shootout. He takes out one of the cartel members and rescues this boy and this woman, but doesn't quite rescue the woman. She gets shot and dies, but um, he rescues the boy, and the boy watches his mother die right in front of him. And so Neeson is a guy like I said, he's depressed. He's not only has his wife died, but they're foreclosing on his ranch. His ranch isn't making money. They're foreclosing on his home. He tells us when his stepdaughter finds him drinking again in the bar, and he tells her it's a cruel world. So he's really down. He's become quite gloomy about life, and that's just where he's at. And then he rescues this boy, and you know he's kind of got a victim mindset, and he even lashes out. He lashes out once at the boy, telling him he tells him, why the hell did you have to cross my property? So he's got this victim mentality, this learned helplessness, like it's all happening to him because everything's going wrong for him, and now he lashes out at this little boy. And then the cartel burns his house, so things are going bad, and he's on the run. And he's made a promise to the mother, to the dying mother, that he'd take this little boy to Chicago. And just to give you an idea of Leeson's mentality, uh, when the cartel kills his dog, the cartel guy shoots his dog, and so they're Neeson and the little boy are burying his dog, and the boy says he's in heaven now. We're talking about the dog, and Hanson tells him, "No such thing. People just say that to make you feel better. My dog's nowhere but buried, and that ain't where he belongs. You might as well get that heaven out of your head right now." So this guy's totally depressed. He robs this boy even of the hope of heaven, even for his dog. And and the boy kind of fights back. He goes, "You're wrong." And then Neeson says, "The only thing I was wrong about was driving your ass across the country." So the guy has become kind of morose and depressed. He's even lashing out at this little boy, blaming him for all his troubles. Later on, as these two, um, going on, and Neeson calls his stepdaughter, who is kind of she's with the she's with the border security, and he calls her up and tells her, "I keep getting the feeling," she wants him to turn the kid in and just try to back down from this cartel, and he tells her, keep getting the feeling that your mother would want me to do this." So at this point, he's been with the kid. His depression, as he's in action and he's overcome the cartel, and he's been through the funeral for his dog, the burial of his dog, and he's bonding with the little kid a little bit, the boy, and then he's talking to his stepdaughter, and now he says, "I keep getting the feeling your mother would want me to do this." So he's sort of rising as he's in action, as he's taking action, as he's fighting back against the cartel. His spirit seemed to be rising, because before he was telling the kid, "There is no heaven, get over it, there's no hope." Now he's telling his stepdaughter, "I keep getting the feeling your mother would want me to do this." So he's acknowledging heaven, and even the fact that he's getting this feeling from his deceased wife. So Hanson's becoming a little more compassionate, not only about the state of his wife's soul, but also uh, towards the boy, because the boy is sad. He's sad. He lost his mother, and Hansen shows compassion, which is something up till now uh, he's shown kind of compassion, but also been pretty harsh about it. Now he softens a little bit. Knowing the boy wants a funeral for his mother, Neeson takes him um, to a pastor who gives funeral rites, or he gives a little sermon, of a funeral sermon, with the audience of the boy in Neeson. That's the only ones there, but it gives a little bit of comfort to the boy that the that he got something like a funeral for his mother, who they had left in the desert. Uh, and then after they've been traveling a little while, Hansen, Miguel, the boy, asks Hansen, "Do you still get sad about your wife?" And says, "I miss that woman every day. Life doesn't always play out the way you expect. There's good times ahead for you, Miguel. Your mom is watching over you. She'll make sure of that." So now Hampson's spirits have lifted, and he's acknowledging that heaven does exist, that his wife uh, does want him to do the right thing, and that there's hope for the world isn't totally hopeless. But no, there's good times ahead for Miguel, and even his mother's watching over him, and she'll make sure of that. And so uh, Hansen, Liam Neeson Hansen, his character is transformed through action, and his spirits have risen, and he's become a person of compassion, and he's overcome his depression. And how did he do it? He did it through action. Thanks for watching. Fight on.